Hello, everyone! After 4 months, we are back! Oh my god, it feels so good to say those words. Thank you, everyone, for joining us live. If you're joining us live, thank you for watching, for listening to us on Spotify. My name is Ren Geekness. This is the future ex-wife, Sydney Sweeney, and this is my co-host, Zach Pope, who I literally haven't seen in 4 months. How you doing, my brother?
Well, I haven't seen you in 4 months either.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. A lot of big things coming to the channel soon. I think in the next week or so, I'll be posting a couple big videos. But it's been good, man. I've been missing doing the show. I didn't miss waking up early.
Well,
But I did. It's funny though, because I would still wake up around the same time. Like every Saturday, I've woken up around the same time. My body's just used to it at this point. But no, I miss doing this, man. This is what we've been doing this now for
almost 5 years, because we started during the initial stages of COVID.
Yeah, so which is insane.
It's nuts. It's kind of depressing to think that COVID was 5 years ago in 2 or 3 months.
Wow. I mean, I don't even want to think about that.
No,
that's so wild to me that COVID was almost 5
half
years
a decade ago.
Damn. That opens my mind, because I remember 2019 was like my big year. I did so much, and I was like, 2020, my big year. I'm gonna do TIFF. I'm gonna do Sundance. I'm gonna do like I had so many things piled up. And I had already applied. I had been approved. South by Southwest, I had been approved for. I had tickets from studios. It was like a huge thing. I was at Sundance. It was so fun. And then I got home and COVID hit. I mean, COVID was already hitting, but then you get home and it's like, oh. And then I kept thinking, this is not.
When did it hit over there? Like, when did the states have to go into lockdown?
So it's weird, because
This is the weirdest show, by the way. We came back after a 4-month hiatus. The first thing we're talking about is COVID, but continue.
Yeah, so it's weird, because I remember I came back from Sundance, and my wife at the time, who was my girlfriend, got very sick. Very sick. And so did my family.
Was it COVID?
It was probably COVID, but there was no COVID test.
So yeah, exactly.
It was, but I was fine. So what ended up happening from there is that we were like, oh, that's weird. So she got over it after 3 weeks, staying with my family. And then I would say probably around the start of March.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I was prepared. I was about to go to South by Southwest. I had my Airbnb. I think I was staying with Sean, Griffin, and 2 other people. We were all set to go. But then this little thing called COVID kept populating the surfaces, because then filmmakers started canceling their trip to go. So then I actually had to start paying attention to this. I was like, let me look at this. What is this thing? Well, about a day later, after a bunch of filmmakers canceled, South by Southwest canceled. And they kept saying, we're not going to cancel. We're not going to cancel.
Sure.
And I was getting we were all kind of getting a little worried, except Sean, because he lives there. But I was like, it's going to suck if I go and I can't fly back. So now I'm getting stressed. I'm like, maybe it's not worth going. Airbnb would not cancel the damn thing because of it. They were so against it, giving us our money back.
Well, that's fucking bullshit.
Because they had no policies yet about this. They're like, oh, they're not going to close. You could still go there, blah, blah, blah. Well, a week later, Texas finally announced that they were shutting down everything, which they were one of the states that were not. They were like Arizona. We're not shutting down for anything. There's nothing to shut down for. They shut down, or they said they were planning to, and so luckily, our hosts were so nice. They reimbursed us 100%. I didn't even beg them. I didn't ask them. I just told them hey, we won't be able to make it. And they just reimbursed us 100%. So it was awesome. Then a week later, I went to work one morning, and our higher up, I literally was working and I saw him walk in. I'm like, oh, we're fucking closing. We're fucking closing. Thank God. And because I didn't want to work during COVID either. People are dumb. People would think, because they were only allowed to have essential buildings or essential jobs open. I'm sure maybe it was the same for you, where like essential places were allowed to be open, like grocery stores and stuff like that. And yeah, that was about it. And then I got like 6-7 weeks of doing nothing.
Yeah. Those were not definitely the times, but bringing us almost 5 years later, here we are. Zach and I are back. You guys are here. Thank you all for joining us. First order of business. Why haven't we had the show for like 4 months? That's because I had no Wi-Fi at my current place. So you'll be happy to know, not only do I have Wi-Fi now, by the end of next month, exactly a month from now, the 26th of November, I will be at a new place. That's not going to get in the way of the show. Depends, obviously, how long it takes us to get Wi-Fi in the new place, but that should be fast. It was a whole confusion over here. Doesn't matter anymore. We're past it. We're back, and we're here to keep doing the show. And of course, because we've been 4 months out without doing This Week in Geek, we just couldn't decide on a topic. There have been so many topics we have missed discussing with you guys. So we decided, hey, let's just do a Q&A. It's an all Q&A episode. So just start adding your questions on the community tab. There's a post there already with quite a few questions. If you want to guarantee your question is answered, you know the drill. Tip link or super chat feature, because that actively supports the channel while you ask great questions. And with that out of the way, Zach, past 4 months, we missed talking to each other about Deadpool and Wolverine. Before we get to the questions, do you want to just share a little bit of your thoughts, ask me a little bit of mine, like whatever, make a conversation about it? Deadpool and Wolverine was the last big topic we addressed before the show went on a hiatus, an involuntary hiatus. But talk about
I should have rewatched the episode to see how right we were, and I was dumb for not doing that. But
we were right on the obvious ones. We were wrong on the wild ones that we wanted to happen. But I told you Gambit would be there. I remember that much.
I think, yeah. Did we say with Blade? I can't remember if we said yes or no to Blade.
I don't remember. I don't want to give myself the props, but I also don't want to say
about every single person in the movie I assumed was there. Blade was the only one I was like, nah, no way.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was wrong. Like, I think the day before someone had actually told me, yeah, he's in the movie. Like 100% he's in the movie. And I was like,
you know what? I'm purposefully behind, like, on podcasts that I follow, just so if they ever cannot make an episode on a certain week, I always have episodes as a buffer to watch, to listen to. And I was listening to the John Campea show last week, and I am so behind. They're still anticipating Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh my God.
And they were going through essentially the same thing we did, where it's like, here's this character. Do they have a good shot at having a cameo? And at the time, I remember hearing, and they were talking about Blade, and Campea put out the spoiler that is like, Blade is in this movie. Wesley Snipes is in this movie. And I was just like, thank fuck I don't listen to this. I don't follow this podcast like on the daily.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I would have been spoiled for that. So I'm very happy about that.
Damn, I never saw that one. Saw that one. So
good. At least good that you didn't see it before we made our predictions.
But yeah, dude. I mean, this was my most anticipated movie of the year. It just plain out was. But it was also the film I was the most worried about. Yeah, and the thing is because Logan is my top 4 favorite comic book films of all time, and then Deadpool is like in my top 10 for sure. But it's my most rewatched movie probably of all time, like right there with Toy Story. Like I just love the first Deadpool movie. And when the movie started, man, I remembered I saw him disgracing that grave, and I was like, nah. Like I just did not like. I was like, nah, man. Like I'm not a fan of that. Then he starts like killing people with the body, and I was like, okay, it's starting to win me back.
Doing the dance,
yeah. And then by the first 30 minutes, when I understood what they were doing, I was on board. Then my second rewatch, I was like, this is fine. Like I know where it's going. And it was just. This film has like really grown on me, like because I came out of it at first and just really loved my experience, But the things with Deadpool films is I always like to jump in and see what are the themes of it, because each of the films have a theme to it. And that was the thing I was really happy, was the theme of finding your place in the world is this theme. And it's not just Deadpool's theme, it's Wolverine's
theme.
And I love how they do that, because going back and rewatching every X-Men movie that Hugh Jackman was in prior to this, that is basically what he wanted to do the entire time through those X-Men films, was find his place in this world. And watching those movies, I mean, there's a lot of issues with a lot of them, but he never really got that through line through those. Like, it was just like, yeah, you're a part of this team now. Like, it never focused on that, which is because they had a team, and most of those films are actually under 2 hours, guys, which is pretty nice. Just got to say that. But yeah, man, like, what were you most surprised by? Like, in terms of watching the film, not cameo, not a moment,
I was surprised by how well they made the Hugh Jackman coming back work, and how it did not take away from Logan, because you have this entire history of not only the character, but the actor who plays this version of the character. And he had this beautiful swan song, and now you're wanting to bring him back. What do? I think they did the perfect thing. You have this Wolverine for 20 years who ends up having this beautiful, graceful, meaningful swan song in Logan. Well, in another universe, there's this Wolverine that never lived up to any of that. And how it ties into the thematic nature of the film, where you have Deadpool like, I want to matter. I feel like I don't fucking matter in this universe. He has an opportunity to go to this brand new universe with other superheroes where he can matter. And then you have this Wolverine who has always mattered, but he couldn't handle the pressure. And so you find this perfect balance with the two of them going on their arcs. I thought it was so well done. A very thin story that doesn't exactly communicate these themes in the most powerful way, but the fact that the themes are there tells you this is a story with heart, with really, really good heart. And that was the thing that most surprised me.
You said something about the story, and every time I've seen it about 6 times now. I just got it on home media, so I'm definitely going to rewatch it this weekend too. The thing that has stuck out to me with this movie, and I don't think I blame the writers. I don't even blame the director. I blame the strikes. I blame every time they had to stop and go. And I think that is, it feels a little messy. But this is probably the best outcome of what you could get during the strikes, during all this stuff that they had to go around. Because
I will say this much. It's not the superhero movie that is evidently most affected by the strikes this year.
Which one was?
The one that just came out.
Oh.
That one is clearly suffering from the strikes.
I agree.
It is evident.
Yeah.
Like, my God.
Yeah. Also, it's not that great.
I
wouldn't even say it's good.
I'll tell you this much.
It
is the best one of the franchise, because it's the one in this franchise that I'm like, I see this, I don't like it, but I understand why this works for certain people. And this is the one I see it the best. It's funny because I think it's my least favorite out of the 3. That's fair. To me, the first one is still the most terrible out of them all. It is so dull.
It's boring. It's boring. But I
so
found
dull.
That's
so
the
colorless.
funny thing about this one. I found this one boring for most of it. Like,
okay,
for the Vegas stuff. Why?
Oh,
the sitting in the
I wasn't bored. It's
Why?
terrible, but I will tell you, I wasn't bored at least.
I just felt meandering.
Yeah.
But the third act, though, I think saves the film. Like, genuinely, I think saves the film. Like, the third act's awesome. The third act's fun.
I have to talk about something. Hang on. If you have not seen Venom: The Last Dance, just mute the show right now until I take this spoiler banner out.
What are you gonna talk?
Oh my God. So here we go. Venom: The Last Dance spoilers very quickly. When I take the spoiler out, I'm gonna keep my hand up. When I take the hand down, you can put your sound on. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So third act, Venom brings in all those creatures and like glues them together and like drops acid on himself, sacrifices himself also to kill the creatures. And then the only symbiote left is Juno Temple,
Agony.
who is not playing Scream. She looks like Scream, but she's not Scream. Her name is Agony.
Yeah.
And they give her thunder and speed powers for some fucking reason. Do you know what Agony's powers are in the comics?
I was meaning to look this up, but I did not. So please tell me.
You're gonna laugh because it's fucking hilarious how they did not put 2 and 2 together. Her power is to control acid. Don't you want to do something with that ties into your third act of this movie?
Yeah.
I would think you want to do something with that ties into the third act of your movie. But clearly they didn't.
I'm shocked they did. Oh, wait.
No, go.
I'm shocked she wasn't Scream.
I was like, they changed Scream's color. What?
Same.
Oh, it's Agony.
That's what I thought too. I was like, the only reason I know it's Agony, it's a Fortnite skin.
Oh, fuck off.
That's the only reason I knew that. I just thought they made a new symbiote. I genuinely, I was like, oh, it's a new symbiote. So, okay, we're done.
Yeah. There we go. All right, and that's it for Venom Not Let There Be Carnage. Cinema Savvy, George is here. Good to see you, George. This is a friend of mine. We go to wrestling events. We went to Glasgow together this year to watch Cody Rhodes beat AJ Styles and CM Punk interfere in Drew McIntyre's match. But it's good to have you here, George. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I say the catch-up is pretty much done. I'm sure we'll be catching up back and forth throughout this episode. But let's start with your questions. That's what we're here for. Again, feel free to ask anything about the big topic since the last show because we missed so much. So yeah, starting with our good friend.
I have one more thing I want to catch up.
Go. Please.
What is something I want us to ask each other? What is something new that you've been doing? Like whether it's a hobby, whether it's just something you've been listening to. I want everyone to know, Ren, I got him into Post Malone. He loves the new album.
I've been into Post Malone since Hollywood's Bleeding, to be fair, which is his best album. I got into country because of you, because I wasn't checking out this album, but you said it was
when Morgan Wallen's album comes out, I think later this year, you should listen to it because it's like the same type of music like his Post, and he's the one that's on. I Had Some Help. So
it is a really good question that you asked. There is not a lot that I could do here at my place, obviously, because no fucking Wi-Fi. And it hasn't. Actually, I don't know. I don't know that I want to say this in public yet.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
No. But I want to answer your question because it's a really good question.
It could be something small. I have something dumb.
I've been playing the shit out of Sparking Zero, which is the best game I've played in years.
It's really good.
It's so much fun.
It's really
so much fun.
Who's your? So the only thing I don't like, and this is the only issue I have. I cannot get into a single online game. It takes forever. I did like quick play. I was like, just pick someone random, and then it let me select, and I selected it, and it's like every time I do it, the person never readies up.
Oh, interesting.
I'm like shocked. Okay. So I've been wanting to play online.
So you don't even know if you're good.
No, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not good. I know I'm not good, bro. I play it on. I have Wi-Fi now. I'm just gonna get mad. I already know. I'm gonna get.
I was getting mad this morning because I was still trying to beat the Goku Black episode.
Do you like the what ifs? I like the what ifs.
Well, some of them are really good. Some of them not so much. I just did this morning the Gohan Black what if, which is the best one. It's genuinely a better version of what happened in the anime.
That's cool. I just finished. Did I finish? I finished Trunks' yesterday.
Okay, I haven't started Trunks. I need to start Trunks and Jiren because they only showed up after I defeated like the main game in Goku's story. So I finished Goku's story. Now I finished Gohan's, finished Frieza's, finished who else is there? Vegeta's. Now I'm just missing Jiren. Finishing that little bit of Goku Black. Ooh.
This is those PlayStation portals that work off Wi-Fi.
So you've been playing on those.
Yeah, because like I've been sitting in like if I still want to play when my wife's going to bed, I'll be like, oh,
obviously,
I'll just bring this to me. The only thing it's not great with is online games. Like if I try to play Call of Duty or like
Not
something on there,
surprising. For some,
I
I
get my
don't
ass
have it,
kicked.
and I don't play
Yeah.
online too much, but that's not
Because it
surprising.
just streams it like basically streams whatever's on your console to it. But playing single player games like Dragon Ball, Star Wars Outlaws, it's a really cool thing to just like fuck around, do a couple things, and then just stop. Like it's like my detoxing in bed.
Mhm.
So,
Fair
yeah.
enough. All right. What
but
about
for
you?
me,
What's new that you've been doing?
I started collecting Pokemon cards again. I started
Holy
getting
shit.
into I like bought binders. I put all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards in one, and then I was like, because I had a lot of rare ones, and I was like, maybe I'll start collecting Pokemon cards. I don't want to get into Yu-Gi-Oh because I don't watch it. I don't keep up with anything, but Pokemon I still keep up
Well,
with.
it's not on anymore, to be fair.
That's true, but I stopped watching after the middle of GX. I think is GX the.
Oh, you haven't seen 5Ds?
No, I never saw
5Ds is really fucking good.
Is
I
it?
mean, the dueling from that season onwards gets way too fucking complicated to be enjoyable, but the show itself is great.
But so I got this binder, and I was like, I'll start ripping cards. So I went to, I was at Target, and there's this. I don't know if you can see it, like
which I've never been to, by the way.
Right, I didn't take you to a Target. We didn't go to one.
You did not.
Oh,
you did not take, but we didn't need to go. It was a busy weekend, to be fair, Zach.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it as a bad thing.
Yeah. So there's right here. There's a Charizard now. You can't really see it, but it's supposed to hold your cards. But I just put it on my shelf of Nintendo stuff. But I bought it, and it came with like 10 packs. So I started opening them all. I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun. Like, I don't know what's like. I've been putting them in an app to see like what's rare and what's not. So I've started to get the hang of it. And then I bought like 2 other packs because I just like the Pokemon on the front.
Do you have a Blaziken yet?
No, I do not. I don't even have the chicken. I don't Chica.
You don't have Torchic.
No, I don't have Torchic yet. But so I've been like doing my research to figure out what's the best. Like I've been getting really into this, but I've told myself I'm not allowed to go like crazy. It's just buy here, have fun. But I went to this place, Sam's Club, which I don't know if you know what that is. It's like Costco. Do you know what Costco is?
Yeah. We have a Costco here.
Oh, there you go.
Never been,
Sam's
but
Club,
we do have it.
Sam's Club is like Costco. So
okay.
I went there, and Sam's Club and Costco always get Pokemon bundles, like these big packs for really cheap. Yeah, so I bought Crown Zenith with Rayquaza and
my boy.
And what's the blue one? Kogi? Kyogre. And they were the front. They were the big card and all that. So I was like, oh, I'll buy these because it comes with like 15 packs plus these. And it was $40. And a pack is usually $5. So I was like, fuck yeah. So I had fun opening this.
Nice.
I pulled this card out of my first one.
Oh, that's sick.
I pulled that on my first
one. Is that a
Cobalion? Zacian from Sword and
Shield. It's Zacian. Okay.
But it's like an illustration one. Yeah. And it was like $9. It was a card that was $9. I was like, holy shit. And that's really good. I pulled Mew. And I flipped the fuck out. And then here's the ones that came with. Came with these 2 as well. But then I got this one next. Another Zacian.
Oh shit, but now you have the sword.
Oh, I got this one. I know you like this guy.
Oh, my boy, Entei. Yes.
But so I pulled those, and I'm like, oh shit, these are fun. Now I'm gonna be honest. The rest of I didn't pull a single other cool card afterward. Like, I mean, I pulled cool cards, but they weren't like worth shit.
Your luck ran out.
Yeah. Oh, I got this cool Master Ball one though.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I like had fun pulling it, and I was like, this is cool. This is gonna be something I just grab here and there, and I just have fun doing.
Yeah.
Not gonna stress about it. Not gonna. There's some cards I definitely want, like a Lugia. There's this dark Lugia one I want. That's like.
Oh yeah, I know the dark Lugia one.
And I'm never gonna go buy it. Like I don't get the concept of spending that much on a card. But yeah, I might get some of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards graded though, because I might want to sell those, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Let's get to your questions. And the first one, we're gonna get started with Tobes. with Daredevil Born Again not being too far away. No, it's not, and it comes out in the best month of the year, Zach, which is
March.
There you go. How good do you think the series will be, and how would you rank the 3 seasons of Daredevil?
I think it's gonna be awful.
It's it's too soon to say like how good it will be. Like we don't have a trailer out. There was a trailer at Comic-Con or at D23, I don't remember, and I saw it, and it looks great.
Both. It was D23 and New York.
And was it the same trailer?
Little different.
Okay, because I only saw one, so I don't know. But the trailers look good. The cast is all into everything points toward it being good. I'm confident that it will be good. I don't know that it will be good. How would I rank the 3 seasons of Daredevil? 3, 2, 1. That's how it goes. Zach?
Well, I think the show's awful. So
You've seen it.
3, 2, 1. I love it. I mean,
also,
I thought each season just got better and better.
Speaking of Marvel shows, guys, you know what's really good that I wasn't really vibing with before it came out? Agatha All Along. It's really fucking good. It's probably a top 5 Marvel TV show.
I was just about to ask you on your thoughts for Agatha, because I did really not. Good. I was very underwhelmed in the first 3 to 4 episodes.
Oh,
very underwhelmed.
The first, at least 2, because I know 1 and 2, I watched them together. I had screeners. I couldn't even watch my screeners. When I watched the first 2 episodes, I was like, it's fine. But it was very much, I have nothing against it, but this is not my thing. This is exactly what I was not interested in. So it didn't do anything to put me off. It just delivered exactly what I expected. And I wasn't into what I was expecting. And then episode 3 hits. And it's like, this is okay. I think episode 3 was like the worst one for me. And then episode 4 hits. And it's like, this was really good. This had a really unique style, and it plays with its own rules in interesting ways, and the character dynamics are compelling. And then episode 5 hits. I'm like, this was pretty good again. And then episode 6 hits. This was pretty good again, even though I have a lot of questions about how they revealed that he is Billy. There's a lot of that doesn't make sense, hopefully on purpose. And then this past week, which was episode 7, am I correct?
Yes. And then next week's the finale. Both the episodes.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was 9 episodes. Like
it is 9.
WandaVision.
8 and 9.
Oh.
They're both releasing them.
Oh, both really. Okay.
Halloween.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. So next week of the finale, I'm pumped up, man, because the show has been really good.
I haven't been watching
this last episode was sick.
Yeah, I haven't been watching them. Like, I forget that they come out. And then I'll end up watching it late in the night, like the same night it comes out or the next morning. And I was 2 episodes behind, actually, at this point. So, and I wasn't vibing with this. I liked 4 a little bit more, but I still was just like, not for me.
Yeah.
But then the next episode comes out, and I'm like, oh, that was a little bit better. And then the next one, oh, this is really good. And the last episode that just came out was phenomenal. Like, my wife was watching with me. She has not watched a single episode of this show. She loved it. Yeah. She's like, she goes, why do you not like this show? I was like, I was underwhelmed by this show until now, which is how I felt on Loki season 2. So I think it's interesting to see how if this is the new trajectory of how Marvel seasons are going to come. Are they going to play out like this? How the first 3 to 4 episodes are a lot of buildup and slowness and more intrigue. And depending on your interest in the characters, that's going to be what hooks you. And then the last 4 episodes just obliterate that. It's going to be interesting to see Daredevil now and Ironheart. Like, all these changes they're doing behind the scenes to reshape these. Because I think Agatha was
another thing why it points toward it being good.
Yes. So we'll see. But yeah, can't wait for Daredevil Born Again. Lady Aaron, this may be a very stupid question, but a couple days ago, I turned 27 years old. Any chance I could get a birthday shout out from you guys for $10? Ren needs his super chats. So.
I have missed super chats for 4 months.
That's a cameo. That's a cameo.
Exactly. I haven't started my OnlyFans yet either, so no. Only feet. It would be an only fit because I have big feet. All right, next up. Why are you trying?
I like how you split it and say happy birthday. I did.
Oh yeah, happy birthday. Wish her a happy birthday, Zach.
I did. I said happy
Okay.
birthday.
Lady Aaron, thoughts on Dune 2 Part 2, Dune Part 2, not Dune 2 Part 2, Dune Part 2 score being ineligible for Best Original Score nomination for the Oscars in 2025. What do you think has the best chance? That's a good question. What do you think has the best chances of winning Best Original Score now? It sucks. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. I don't know that he actually used music from Part 1 in Part 2. But whatever, if they say he did, and it's only fair. To be fair, if he could get nominated, it would be a pretty boring Oscars race, and we don't want that. Everyone will know they only won the Oscar for Best Score next year because Hans Zimmer couldn't be nominated. As for who has the best chance, I think Conclave has a really good shout. Conclave is fucking amazing.
Conclave's score is really good.
Challengers has a really good chance.
That's my favorite score of the year. I would choose that one.
Banger of a score. What else do you think has a good chance?
Let me pull up. Since there's still a lot of movies I personally have not seen this year.
Well, yeah. I'm sure I'm blanking on a lot that I have seen from
this will be nominated, but it should. The Wild Robot had a really good score.
Yes, had a good shout. That is a great shout. Love the score in the Wild Robot. Transformers 1 has a really good score, but it has no chance.
Yeah, it has no chance. It won't even get nominated for Best Animated. And
no, exactly.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think there's been that many memorable scores this year.
I'm trying to find my list because I was just on my diary, not on my list. So let me go to my list because I have
Conclave is Conclave is so good. That movie's so good.
And it actually deserves best score because it's not just a like last time. There's actually a personality to the score. Furiosa has a really good score. It has no chance. Yeah. Alien Romulus, same thing.
Here's the predicted nominees.
Okay, here we go.
This is what Variety is predicting. The Brutalist is number 1 and will take home the win. I see that in 2 weeks, I think.
I don't... Brutalist is incredible. It is a movie you need to see just to go like, holy shit, movies like this are being made. I don't think the score is a particular standout, but that's me.
Number 2, The Wild Robot. They are predicting The Wild Robot does get nominated. And it should.
Good.
3, The Room Next Door. I have no idea what this is.
It's the new Pedro Almodovar film. I saw it at Venice. I won't watch it. Good score. Like, I can name you a shit ton of good scores this year, but we weren't talking about good scores. We were talking about scores that are probably getting the nomination.
Yeah. Number 4, Gladiator 2.
I haven't seen it. 2 weeks, maybe. November the 4th.
I don't know when I'm seeing it. Number 5, Emilia Perez.
Is there a score on that? I remember the music. I remember the songs, but I don't remember the score.
6, Blitz. Hans Zimmer.
Blitz has a good... Yeah, I was very surprised to see Hans Zimmer in the credits. I'd give it a chance because it's certainly not getting anywhere else.
7, Conclave.
Good. Should be higher on the list.
8, Saturday Night. I still haven't seen it.
I cannot wait to review this movie for you guys.
I still haven't seen it.
The score is really fucking good too. And the way they create... So apparently... this was a surprise film at the London Film Festival a couple of weeks ago. And Jason Reitman came out to announce it. And he talked about how they composed the score. So basically, John Baptiste, incredible composer, if you haven't listened to his work. He does the Stephen Colbert Show. He did the score for Soul. And now he's in this movie as well as Billy Preston. And he also did the score. So the way he did the score was they would finish shooting on a day. And they'd be like, all right, we've wrapped for the day. John Baptiste would sit down on his piano with the rest of his band, and the rest of the cast and the crew would just sit there and listen to John Baptiste live making music and creating the score for the movie they're making. That is fucking incredible.
That's amazing.
So yeah, incredible score. I would love to see it nominated. Don't think it will, but I would love to see it nominated.
Well, you know, it's not going to get nominated. The fact that they barely showed it out here.
Yeah.
So, and Saturday night is the States thing. So, just but number 9, Queer. Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross.
Don't remember the score. They're gonna get nominated. If they're gonna get nominated, it should be for.
They have challengers at next.
Yeah, exactly.
Challengers is Trent Reznor. Now, here's some things that people don't know about yet, because it's either not been seen. Mufasa, Nicholas Brittle. I'm very interested in that.
I can see that happening.
And then Nosferatu is another one.
I cannot wait to see that.
I will say this. I've heard the score for Nosferatu is amazing. So I will be very shocked.
Not surprised.
I'm going to be honest with you, though. I do not see it being nominated. I do not see Nosferatu even being nominated.
Oh, I won't be shocked if it isn't.
It's just not going to be. It's
horror. Of course it's not nominated.
Yeah. So basically, the substance should be nominated for some stuff, and it's not going to be. So
yeah, makeup.
If that. Honestly, if that. Like,
no, it's probably gonna get makeup. Does it win makeup? I don't know, but it gets the nomination.
I hope.
All right, what's next?
Thoughts on Spider-Man 4 officially happening? Do you think that even do you think that even need a Spider-Man 4 or not at all?
We never needed any movie ever. As far as it being officially announced, we knew. It's not news. We knew.
I will say I listened to the 2-hour podcast Tom Holland did about Bureau, but he talks a lot about Spider-Man in there.
I've seen the clips on TikTok.
It was very well done. Like, there were some things in there that, like, hearing him talk about, like, I turned down a bunch of scripts for Spider-Man. I didn't like them. And that shows me his love for the character, but also shows, like, I don't think he would. Honestly, I know money is a big factor.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have came back if he didn't like the scripts. Like, if Sony just
and now he has this little business of his own, so money is less of an issue. Yeah, still an issue, obviously, but less of an issue.
Yeah, but like for me, I think there was a lot of things going into Spider-Man 4. I'm very interested to see what it will actually be about, because now that it's taking place after Doomsday, my guess is, and this has always been my prediction, Doomsday, Battle World happens, Spider-Man 4 takes place in Battle World. And
or he gathers all the street level heroes because all the cosmic level heroes have been defeated.
That's what I would like. And maybe 2 other Spider-Man show up. I don't know.
Hire me, Kevin Feige. 3 other Spider-Man show up.
3. Oh, you think Miles?
If they're going to do it, that's got to be when. Especially now that it's taking place between Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Yeah, I heard Miles was in the original script when it was very street level. I heard it was, but he didn't have powers or anything. He was still like, he was just living in the
high school kid Miles Morales.
Yeah, I don't even think he was high school yet. I don't remember what the script
regular kid Miles Morales.
Yeah, so other than that, I'm happy. I'm excited. Dumb release date though. Very dumb release date. Terrible release date. Absolutely. Do you want to know why?
Why? Because he has 3 movies he's shooting next year.
No. None of that. Because it comes out the week after Nolan's new film. That means they don't get IMAX for 3 weeks.
I mean, it's one of those things
dumb. I think it's dumb.
Spider-Man doesn't have to be worried.
It doesn't, but I think it's dumb. I
think so too. Don't get me wrong, especially because he's going to be in both of those movies. I
would not be shook though if they move the film up or they move the film back, like just a couple weeks. Either way, I would prefer a couple weeks back. If I'm being honest.
I think if anything, Spider-Man is going to move. Not to say like Spider-Man is afraid of Nolan. But Spider-Man is going to move because Christopher Nolan is always July. Interstellar aside, it's always fucking July. Spider-Man has come out on Christmas. Spider-Man has come out in the summer. Spider-Man doesn't care when it comes out. It just comes out and it smashes. So yeah.
So
all right.
Which is funny. The next question is Nolan.
Yeah, exactly. What I was about to say. Thoughts on Christopher Nolan making another film that is set to be released in 2026. What do you think I'm going to answer, Zach? Christopher Nolan's making a new film. I'm bummed. This sucks.
Yeah.
Ah.
Now, what's your most anticipated film for 2026? Because you're going to have Dune 3 and Nolan's.
Right now, I'm going to say Dune 3, because at the moment, I don't know enough about Christopher Nolan's movie. We may get to the point where I'm like, no, fuck Dune Part 3. I want to see this.
Do you like, if the vampire thing is real, do you like the vampire?
In concept, yes. Because the joke right now on Twitter is, he's making a vampire movie. Ryan Coogler's making it. They're going to be nothing alike.
No.
Christopher Nolan is not gonna preach you about race relations in his vampire movie like Ryan Coogler is doing. It's not a metaphor for how black people have been mistreated. I don't think Christopher Nolan is the guy to talk about that.
Yeah.
I think Christopher Nolan knows he's not the guy not to talk about that.
I hope it's horror. I'll be honest with you. I hope it is something related to horror. I hope it's not the helicopter idea that's been like also rumored to go out there. Again, it's Nolan. So
I also hope it's not that, but if it is that, I dare him to just name the movie The Helicopter Idea. That's going to be the greatest movie title of all time. Christopher Nolan's The Helicopter Idea. And it's all about the guy who invented the helicopter, and everyone thought he was crazy because it was never going to fucking work. Yeah.
And
it's going to be amazing.
But I think Tom Holland, I'm so happy for him.
I'm very happy for him. I think this is exactly what he needs.
Yeah. Now watch the movie come out and it sucked. Like watch this be like the worst Nolan film. And then
we're still gonna be talking about it because it's gonna be the first Christopher Nolan movie that sucked.
Oh, he's already made a shitty one, man.
No, he hasn't.
Yes,
Don't start.
Yes, he did.
And I know you don't think that, so that joke.
No, I do.
Work. No, you don't.
Yes.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Memento.
No,
awful.
No.
Worst film he's ever made, dude. I genuinely mean that. That's my least favorite Christopher.
No, I know you mean your least favorite, but I know you
it's
don't.
It's not a great movie. It's not a great movie. It's a good
but he would admit it's good. As long as we're there, this is fine. I can live with it.
It's a decent movie. I would never rewatch it again. Boring. Fucking boring.
How dare you? How dare you?
Not a Memento, I'll tell you
that. You're next, yeah.
What are some new video games that you guys have been playing over the past couple of months that were really good to you?
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, baby.
I've been playing a lot. Really excited for Dragon Age next week. Very excited for Dragon Age.
That's a new Dragon Age coming out?
Yes, on Halloween. I am so
wow.
stoked. It looks amazing. It looks like, because Baldur's Gate 3, I really like, and I think it's amazing, but I don't like the combat is turn-based. I'm not the best at it. I need to get back and replay it though, because they've added a lot of new things that make it a lot easier to where I can just enjoy the story, which is what I want to do. But Dragon Age looks more of what I would want. So
I love brought up Dragon Age, you brought up Baldur's Gate. I remembered something else, not the thing that I didn't want to talk about, but when you asked like something new that you've gotten into, I am finally getting into Dungeons and Dragons.
Hell yeah.
I am finally playing Dungeons and Dragons. It hasn't started yet, but I found 2 friends who also want to get into it, and the brother of one of those friends is interested in DMing us to bring us like into the world.
That's awesome.
So I'm very excited. I already have my character sheet, so I'm very hyped for it. But anyway, awesome. Proceed.
I mean, I haven't I've never played. I wish I had the time. Looks awesome. I'm excited for you. So I played the Elden Ring add-on. I 100%ed it, beat the shit out of it. Very, very, very difficult. Didn't think I was going to do it. It took me 3 weeks to beat the final boss. Final boss. And then the week after that, they made him easier. I was so fucking
that's probably what's going to happen in this Sparking Zero battle that I'm trying to get through.
Yeah.
And I can't.
I played Star Wars Outlaws. Way better than anyone was giving it credit for. Just saying, okay. I think it is fun. If you go into this game expecting Uncharted, not GTA, but Uncharted in the Star Wars universe, open world, it's awesome. It's awesome. I love just flying around, going around a planet, doing little odd jobs, killing people, doing whatever. It is a lot of fun. I've randomly just gone back to it to play in the world. Is it perfect? No. Is there a lot of issues? Yes. Is it the best game ever made? No, not even close. But it is a perfect thing that if they got a sequel, which they won't, if it got a sequel, I could see the sequel being 10 times better now, because now it's like they have all this laid out. Now we can go forward with it. Really like that one. Been playing Astrobot, best game of the year. No joke. It's amazing. Cannot recommend it enough. Played the Dead Rising remaster. That was fun. Epic Mickey remaster. That was fun.
Oh yeah, should I buy that? I've never played the Epic Mickey's.
Epic Mickey.
Is this worth it, the remake?
Not for full price. There is
Okay.
there is a game-breaking glitch that I cannot beat the game now because it is literally broken. It is broken. The area I watched a video on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
The last area, I shit you not, the final boss arena will not load in for me. It's just blank. The door is open. It's just blank. It's just black. I die every time I walk through.
Can no one?
People can.
Okay.
But there's other glitches.
Can they go around it, or the thing forms
one way, one path? So some people have been able to get past it because it loads for them. Mm-hmm. But it seems there are other glitches throughout the game. So I would not recommend the game at full price now. I'll
wait for Christmas either way. Even if you told me definitely worth it, I would wait for Christmas.
$30. It's a really fun remaster. If you like those old school platformers, this feels like that. Yeah. Well, sometimes it's side scrolling. It is 3D. So but there are side scrolling levels, and it's a lot of fun. I really liked it. I liked it back in the day. I like it now. I'm just mad at that. Diablo 4, I played the add-on. Amazing. Dragon Ball, Sparking Zero. And then I just started Black Ops 6 last night and been smacking along in that. And that's fucking
But I would like to communicate to everyone, we haven't played Sparking Zero against each other. So maybe you'll see his play on Zach's Twitch.
My Twitch.
And me beating his ass.
I need to figure out the fucking password for that.
All right. Next up. Lady Aaron, so Ren, how does it feel to be the only movie reviewer that actually likes Joker 2? It's often lonely to be right, and this is one of those cases. Next question, also from Lady Aaron. I'll do the two because it was a very short answer. Speaking of Joker 2, what are your thoughts on it bombing really hard at the box office? I'm not surprised. If it ends up getting any Oscar nominations at all, what do you think Joker 2 could get nominated for at the Oscars?
Nothing.
I don't think it gets anything. If it got anything in this hypothetical future we're talking about, I can see makeup. I can see cinematography. I can see score just because the first one also got a nomination. I didn't agree with it at the time. I still don't agree with it on this one. But that's it. Honestly, I don't see anything else. I mean, truth be told, I don't see it getting nominated for anything, period. But hypothetically speaking, those are the three. How about you, Zach?
I mean, the same as you said. It won't win. I don't think it deserves to be nominated for anything. I didn't like it. So I wanted to. I liked the first half, didn't like the second half, and then it just pissed me off about the first half. But about it bombing, I think it's hilarious. Genuinely, I think it's fucking hilarious. Randomly, like things will like piss me off, and I feel like Wolf of Wall Street, his dad Mad Max, when he just like starts going off, my wife gets that from me. But I don't get mad at people. I get mad at things like this. I didn't get mad that it bombed. I got mad that Warner Brothers spent $200 million on this movie. That's why it's funny.
Love it.
And I love it more because I hope to God they saw this and you're like, you know what, Greta, Margot, you don't make a Barbie sequel. Make one if you want, but do not make one if you don't have to. That's genuinely.
I hope they realize it's karma for what they're doing to the Warner Brothers animated movies, for what they did to Batgirl.
The Looney Tunes.
They fucking deserve this. Fuck you, David Zaslav.
What's that one that's still like no one knows what's happening?
Coyote versus Acme.
Yeah.
Which looks so good. Reminder, I have seen an entire scene from it. It's fucking hilarious.
I talked to someone who saw a test screening of it. I'm
I'm not that lucky. I've seen
Same.
one scene in the courtroom. It's Tweety testifying against um the coyote, and it's really fucking funny.
Let me just say this. I promise you this movie would probably make more money than Joker.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
At this
Like,
point. At this point.
don't get me wrong. I like Joker 2. Joker 2 is a good movie. I'm not a Joker defender all of a sudden. I'm not a fan of this franchise. As someone who likes Joker 2, as someone who says Joker 2 is a good movie, Joker is a bad movie. The sequel should have never existed.
Can I
I will
ask you
still
a
stand with you on that.
What is your favorite Hangover movie?
Here's the thing. Unpopular opinion, I really like Hangover 2. Yes, it's a repeat of the first
Same.
one. Doesn't fucking matter. It works. The first one is still the better movie. I love the second one. I hate the third one. I love the second one.
Can I just say I fully agree with you. Fully agree with you.
Great
Hangover
minds
2
think alike.
is 1,000% more funny than the first one.
It's
but
the same
first
thing with,
one is a better
with Ted and Ted 2. Ted,
Yep.
better movie. Ted 2, funnier movie.
Yep. Ted
Yeah.
the series, fucking hilarious.
Oh, so the series and the mother from Ted the series is in Venom 3.
Oh, yeah, she is. She is. She
Yeah.
fucking is. Okay.
She what is she? Moon something or something moon?
I don't know.
Whatever.
Fucking wasted.
They're
time.
hippies. All right, getting to the next question. I'll be right back.
Lady Ann, since you guys have been gone for a little over 3 months from the show, what have you two been up to for this past 3 months? It's good to see you guys because we missed you guys and the show so much. Kind of already talked about that at the start. So yeah, it's great to be back. I'll go on to the next one. A couple weeks ago, there was a huge hack that happened, which massively affected Game Freak, and Pokemon was so much about the anime, upcoming games, and even cut beta content getting leaked onto the internet. Do you guys know this leak? And if you have managed to, no, I didn't really look into it. I didn't really care to. What I saw coming out was more lore stuff and some of the games that were canceled. But other than that, I don't really care to see what else is coming up. I think these hacks are pretty fucked up, if I'm being honest. It's the same thing about the Insomniac stuff, because that affects, while yeah, it's cool to see all the cool stuff that could be coming out, this affects the employees directly. I think this is a reason of why we're not seeing going to the Spider-Man 2. I think that there's a reason we're not seeing Spider-Man 2 add-ons anymore and story DLCs because of that leak. I think there's a reason we have not seen Wolverine anything on Wolverine lately is because of that leak. Because now either, and I've been saying this, either that game is canceled or having to get rewritten completely because of that leak. Because they didn't just leak information. They leaked the fucking game. If I wanted to, I could go download the game. It's not a finished version, but I could go download Wolverine right now on a pirated website and play the game on my PC. That is terrible. And I think for Pokemon, it's the same thing they're threatening to do, which will be devastating because what other Pokemon games were supposed to come out next year or the year after that, those will either be completely canceled or scrapped completely in the middle of it and reworked because they just can't afford it. And Nintendo's serious. Nintendo's someone you don't want to fuck with. So yeah.
I didn't pay too much attention to the leaks. I just want to give my 2 cents on that one. I looked at it to see has anything about Pokemon leaked, and then I realized, oh no, this is actually serious, and it's fucking up.
The mythology stuff is cool. That's the one thing.
Say that to Typhlosion. He doesn't like it too much.
I just think it's cool that they have this whole lore book that's never been public. And now it is. And that not cool at all. That's
not
why
cool how it happened, but
yeah. I didn't look any further into it. I just saw what was on TikTok and I was like, okay.
Lady Erin, so Ren, which film festival between the Venice and London Film Festival do you think had a better lineup this year? What was your favorite and least favorite films from both the festivals? London had the stronger lineup this year. I can tell you, I watched 18 movies. I didn't dislike a single one. I didn't particularly like all of them. I wouldn't say go watch all the movies that I watched at the London Film Festival, but I can tell you I didn't dislike any of them. When it comes to Venice, from the few reviews I did at the time, you can see that neither of them made an impact on either on on the best of the year so far for me. Some of the London ones did. We'll deal with that when I do those reviews. Maybe a Conclave review either today or tomorrow. But London definitely had the stronger lineup this year. Like overall, London had the better movies this year, period. We had Anora. We had We Live in Time. We had The Wild Robots. We had Conclave. We had Flow. If you haven't seen Flow, you probably haven't even heard of Flow. Watch Flow. It's really fucking good. And Venice had some really good movies too. Venice, to me, my experience at Venice this year, it has 0 great movies. And it had a very shitty one called Harvest. I literally only went to see it because it starred Caleb Landry Jones. I regretted wasting 2 hours of my life when I could have been speeding up my review of Queer at the time. Still one of the greatest thumbnails I've made is my review of Queer, by the way. But
your thumbnails get better and better each time.
Thank you very much. Not Queer. Queer is... I was disappointed in Queer. I will tell you that much. But I like it overall. The first half really had me. And then the second half, if I explained it to you, you wouldn't believe me it's the same movie. And when you watch Queer, you're still not going to believe it's the same movie. But London for sure. Conclave would probably be my best overall. And Harvest is definitely my weakest overall. I just put a review on Letterboxd for it. Like, it sucks. I hated that movie. Holy shit. There were like an overall 200 walkouts throughout that screening. And I wish I had followed any of those people out.
Have you walked out of a film festival screening before?
Never. I'd never walked out of a film before. Never in my life.
Anytime I've gone to a film festival, I have a one pass. I can walk out. Whether I'm tired, whether it's just not for me. If you ever go to Sundance, you will absolutely walk out.
Oh, yeah.
At least one.
That's the thing. I have no interest in Sundance. I do, however. I am, however, me and the group I did with Venice this year, we're going to go do Berlin in 2025.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. All right. Today, Lady Aaron, marks 10 years that Christopher Nolan's Interstellar was released. Where would you put this within Nolan's filmography and why? Go on my Letterboxd. It's there. It's probably the last one, but the worst of Christopher Nolan's movies is a B+. Even though Following is technically a Christopher Nolan, you know what I mean. Zach?
I have a ranking.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what's next?
G. Colby, what are your guys' thoughts on Agatha so far? We kind of already spoke about this really, really early, but it's very surprising.
Really
I'm hoping the last 2 episodes will stick the landing, like you mentioned.
Yeah, if there are anything, especially anything like this past episode and the episodes from 2 weeks ago, not the one from last week, the one from 2 weeks ago, really good. Like, just stick the landing because this show has really surprised me.
Your turn.
GGOP, with the elections coming up in a few weeks, and I'm just as nervous as everybody, what are some of your favorite political films? That's really
Conclave.
good. It is a political film. I agree with you.
Dude, Conclave, the ending, I fucking laughed
so good.
Hard.
There was, I'm not going to say you've seen it, but everyone else, there's a moment in the final, within the final like 15, maybe even the final 10 minutes of that film, where someone says something, and believe me, it's not something you usually hear someone say in a movie, and you just hear this collective gasp in the audience, whether it is people immediately reading the subtitles or hearing the word or coming to the realization a few seconds later, like, oh, that's what it means.
Dude,
such a good fucking movie.
Do you know how many people? I've actually had people attack me for liking this movie.
Oh, fuck off.
Like, privately, like, have messaged me saying, your last name's Pope, I'm assuming you're Catholic, you are a fucking disgrace, blah, blah. So then, they must be following me, because then I liked Anora. I loved Anora.
Anora's so good!
Dude, they messaged me again, and they're like, of course you would like a prostitute movie, a fucking sex, like, and a sex worker film, blah, blah, blah. Like, all this shit, and I'm like...
Just send them a gif of Patrick Bateman going like this.
I should. I should go see if he blocked me yet or not. I haven't even tried to respond. I was just like, shut the fuck up. And then I actually no. I actually did respond to the Conclave one. I said, to your own, man. If you didn't like the movie, you didn't like the movie. You don't like the twist, you don't like the twist. This is a fictional depiction of this. This is a fictional depiction of this. This is like Conclave.
You are very kind. I would be so much more aggressive.
Yeah, but I was like, Conclave, like, and this is the way I view it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a realistic depiction of like no one knows how the sacred events goes except the people that have been there. So it's all fictional. But it's framed in a way to where people can view this, and it is actually an outer surface like reflection on our political system, as well as the gossipy work fucking places.
Yeah.
And the ending, which
surprisingly funny movie too. I
very
didn't
funny.
expect Conclave to be as funny as it. It's not a comedy. Don't get us wrong.
No,
it's definitely not a comedy.
Or Ray Fiennes, dude. Every time
the little bow Isabella Rossellini does, biggest laugh in my screening.
But I will say
why she does a bow. You'll see when you see.
If you do not know the ending for this, do not look it up. Go see the movie.
No, don't.
I promise you wouldn't be able to guess it. You wouldn't be able to guess what they say. But going back to the political stuff, Civil War this year as well.
Ooh, good shout. Good shout. Frost Nixon is really good. The Front Runner is a very underrated. Oh, there's a film. I forgot about that. What else?
Vice. I really like Vice. I know I'm in the minority on that. I enjoy Vice.
Nope. The Post is really good. The Report is fucking tastic.
Yes.
Eyes of March.
That's the one with Adam Driver, right?
Yeah.
I loved it.
The
I got
Eyes
to
of
interview
March
the director and writer of that.
Trial of the Chicago 7. Do you count Lincoln as a political movie?
I've actually never seen it, but yes, I technically would.
Okay. Because it is.
Argo.
I mean,
phenomenal.
Obviously Argo. Obviously, All the President's Men. Obviously, JFK.
The Interview.
Which one's the? You're not wrong. I don't know that you're right either, but you're not.
I didn't
wrong.
think it lived up to the hype, but it was fun.
No, I remember watching that movie and I'm like, that's it. That's why the internet is going up in flames. Jesus,
only like one theater played it in Arizona opening day.
I remember you telling me that. You've told me this before. Yeah. All right. Also, before we move on to the next question, I would like to say, good luck, everybody. Make good choices. What else? Where are we? I lost. There we go.
It.
Gigo EP, 2 questions in one. I literally just found it. So no worries. Here we go. With the success of Deadpool and Wolverine and recently coming out on Blu-ray, what are your favorite non-Deadpool and Wolverine performances from both Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, and what films from their filmographies you haven't seen but you're interested to check? Ooh, I need to research for the second part of that question.
I know my performances.
I know my performances too.
Okay, you go first then.
Best Hugh Jackman performance is Logan, but I want to give a shout out to Prisoners because he should have been nominated for Prisoners. Maybe he should have won.
I think
I don't know that he should have won because probably Chris Hemsworth should have won for Rush. He's also really good in The Sun, but I think I've seen all his things. Let's just Deadpool and Wolverine, seen it. The Sun, seen it. Reminiscence, amazing, very underrated movie. Free Guy, Bad Education, Missing Link, Front Runner, Greatest Showman,
He's
Logan.
Really good in Bad Education. He is
so good. Front Runner, Greatest Showman, Logan, X-Men Apocalypse, Eddie the Eagle, very good movie. Pan, terrible movie. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, didn't even remember he was in it, but I have seen it. Chappie, gets way too much hate. Night at the Museum 3, Days of Future Past, The Wolverine, Prisoners, Movie 43. Unfortunately, I've seen it. Les Mis, Rise of the Guardians, Real Steel, Butter. I've not seen Butter. I don't know what this is. Snowflower and a Secret Fan. I've also never seen this. but I can tell you I'm interested in it. I just don't know what it is. I've not seen Deception, and it also stars Michelle Williams, so that's the one I'm interested in seeing. There we go. How about you? Go with Hugh Jackman first.
Prisoners. I think that's his best movie.
Okay.
But you did say Reminiscent, and I think he's phenomenal in that. So
Yeah, Reminiscence is very, very good. Very underrated. As for Ryan Reynolds, you're gonna hate me. His best performance is Deadpool. But shout out to Buried. Buried has an excellent Ryan Reynolds performance.
for me on that,
yeah.
voices. Because Buried I do agree with, but voices is he's
yeah.
very good in voices.
That's an underrated
also
movie.
If very
yeah.
sweet performance in If by him. Adam Project pretty good too.
Very good performance too. Yeah. You know it's an underrated Ryan Reynolds movie?
Huh.
The First Crudes.
I've never seen it. Well, no, I have. I have seen both of them, but I don't.
The second one is very okay. The second one really disappointed me because I'm a big fan of the first one. What is Criminal? Oh yeah, the Kevin Costner movie. I didn't remember he was in it. I've never seen Mississippi Grind, which is the one he does
that
with
is so good.
Ben Mendelsohn. So that's one I want to see.
Apologies, Mississippi Grind is one of his better performances too.
All right, there we go. Definitely, maybe is very good. Oh, non Deadpool. I mean, it's Buried. If Deadpool doesn't count, and you did mention that, my apologies. It's Buried is his best performance. All right, what's next?
I know you guys are excited, at least curious to see what both Marvel and DC have in store for the future, but which one are you more eager to see between them? And I'm going to set this. If you could only watch James Gunn's DCU going forward or Marvel's
you can answer for me.
It's Marvel. I mean,
yeah,
for you. And honestly, I agree. Because for all I know, Superman, I don't have worries that Superman's going to be a bad movie. I think it's going to be a great movie. Will it actually garner enough popularity and box office to get the universe going? That's where I'm at.
And I don't think the box office needs to at first. What I'm more worried about is whether it does or not. Whatever impact Superman makes, you need to have something coming up right after it. And they don't. So that's what
Supergirl a year later.
Exactly. That's not right after.
Maybe Lanterns, like if we're being optimistic, maybe Lanterns in December. Lanterns in December.
But look how television didn't work out that way for Marvel. That was the intention, but it didn't work out too well for them. You can say, oh, they have Lanterns coming out, like Superman comes out in July. They have Lanterns coming out like in September or whatever.
Oh, Peacemaker. Peacemaker's next year. It's all TV stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But that's also another thing where, but Peacemaker is connected to the other DC. I know they are, but like I'm saying, like from the general audience's POV, it's like, oh, but this guy he hangs out with Jason Momoa and idiot Ezra Miller and Henry Cavill. He doesn't hang out with this Superman, so it's just gonna be confusing.
The other thing that's gonna be confusing too is, well, not confusing, sorry. This movie needs to get moved. I'm sorry. Superman needs to get moved out of July. I know, feels like a perfect time. It comes out in between Fantastic Four and Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Jurassic World, automatic $1 billion almost every time. Almost every time. No matter if the movie's shit. Should
it get $1 billion? Maybe not, but it is.
Yeah. And then Fantastic Four, which, guys, I am not
excited.
If it was not for my love for the Avatar franchise, this would be my most anticipated movie for next year.
Do you not find it weird, by the way, that we already have an officially released Thunderbolts trailer, but no officially released Fantastic Four trailer?
Not at all. Not at all. Thunderbolts is before, right? So
no, it's December.
No, it's not.
Is it not?
No, Thunderbolts is May.
Is it?
Yeah.
So it was going to be this December, but then it was delayed.
Yeah, it got delayed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think Fantastic makes sense.
I will say this. I do think Fantastic Four is going to get pushed to November, though, and take that Blade spot.
I don't think so.
You know, I mean,
I
hope
think they're
not.
keeping it firmly to say we're not afraid of you, Superman.
Yeah, but guys, I cannot express enough. I went into that Comic-Con panel thinking they're gonna show Fantastic Four. I don't know what they're gonna show, but it'll be cool.
Mhm.
But the hype throughout the week building up to that panel was so much. They teased it through all the week. They even had an end credit scene in their fucking drone show after Deadpool and Wolverine. They had an end credit scene there.
And the trailer is so good.
The trailer is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I'm not like, I went from, wow, I'm not excited for this, to holy fuck, this is my most anticipated thing they are doing.
easily.
And to the point where when Robert Downey Jr. came out on stage,
Mhm.
it wasn't even the most shocking thing to me. Because I was still flabbergasted by the last thing I just saw. They had
Yeah.
a car fly around the fucking room.
I
don't know
saw
how.
that. That looks
I
so
still-
fucking cool.
Still zero idea how they did it. Still
Yeah.
zero idea how they did it. It
Mhm.
sounded like drones in the room, so there must have been drones somewhere in it.
Oh.
Still zero idea. Still zero idea.
Alright.
But that's the magic of this. So, yeah, like, now if you told me I can't see the Batman Part 2, well, I think we've just talked about this. I would rather, if I never got to see the Batman Part 2, I think I'd be okay. But then that was before I saw the Penguin, and now I've seen the whole Penguin show, and
I need to catch up. I still only seen the first episode.
dude, it's so good. It's so good. But yeah,
Dominici Scott, are you caught up on Superman and Lois? Because it's fire. I'm really enjoying this season. I think it's the best season they've made. The kids are not annoying anymore. They talk like actual human beings, and the story is mostly working. I knew they couldn't pull off that Superman versus Doomsday fight visually. They couldn't, but like the narrative beats work. It's a story that is working, like emotionally speaking.
I went to the
yeah.
Comic-Con panel for this,
Mm.
and it was very interesting to hear them talk about the final season. They got so much creative freedom this season. Even though they didn't have the budget, they had a lot more creative freedom for the scripts, because it's just, no one cared. The only reason they got this final season was because of the fans. So I think that's really cool and really awesome to hear. I enjoyed the first season. I thought the first season was a big surprise. This is a show that I do need to catch up on, but from what I saw from the last season, it looked really good.
So you've only seen the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Second season is terrible, but push through it.
Okay. That's what I've heard. I think that's why I haven't started.
Season 2 was terrible.
This is the fourth one, right? This is it.
This is the fourth one. Fourth and final one. Only has 10 episodes, I believe. Only going to get 10 episodes. But yeah, second season is like Iron Fist season 1 bad. Like, holy shit.
I liked Iron Fist season 1.
I like Iron Fist. I'm just saying how most people feel about Iron Fist season 1.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I like Iron Fist season 1, but I like it more than most people. I think it's okay. Second season, I generally really enjoy.
Second season's a lot better.
Yeah. What's next?
G. Colby. Do you think Blade will be made after they get done with the multiverse saga, with or without Mahasha, or will they just cancel it altogether? I have my answer to this. Blade will absolutely get eventually made. It will absolutely get eventually made. Because, and this is from Insider, because sometimes me and Ren hear some things. I'll mention what I've heard.
I didn't hear anything. I'm hearing this for the first time.
I have heard that Blade and Midnight Suns are two things that they absolutely both want to do, but they have no idea how to fit it into the multiverse saga. Their plan is, after the multiverse saga, they're going to, of course, do X-Men. They're, of course, going to do more Fantastic Four stuff. But the horror side of the MCU is a massive thing that they want to do. There's also a reason that Doctor Strange 3 has not been announced yet. And from my understanding, it's because there's been conversations about maybe intersplicing some of the horror characters into there as well. Not saying Blade would pop up.
Yeah.
A Werewolf by Night, a Man Thing.
Blade gonna do in a Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah. But those characters as side characters, very small roles, they just don't know where to put them.
Yeah.
I personally would just keep them completely separate. Sure, have them pop up for here and there. But what I have really heard is that Mahasha will not be Blade after.
Everyone pretend to be shocked.
Yeah. I know there was that thing going around that John Roca posted, I think, on his podcast where Mahasha apparently is happy and is okay with waiting till afterwards, but I don't think he will
Oh, I'm
stay.
sure as a person, he's happy to wait for it because I'm sure he wants to play Blade.
Yeah.
What
But
I'm
at
also
that point
sure
in
of
his
is that time doesn't stop for Mahershala Ali,
yeah.
unfortunately. I wish it did.
Yeah.
And he's
Even
going to
though
be 60 soon.
yes, and that's the problem. So I have heard that they've thought of Lakeith Stanfield for Blade.
Lakeith Stanfield, Aaron Pierre, Calvin Harrison Jr., like so many other fucking guys.
Yeah. So it will happen. It will
Yeah.
happen, but I don't think it's with Ali at this point, which sucks because he would have been a perfect Blade.
Yeah.
But
But
and
you
let
don't
me
want to
just say
start.
this.
We don't want to start your new Blade with an actor that's the same age
No.
as the old Blade that you're not using because he's too old.
Yeah, which you could just go do a legacy sequel for, and
Yeah,
people would
exactly.
probably flock out and
Don't
see
do it. I really don't fucking want that.
No, same. But
Yeah.
people would go see it. You know what I mean? Like
They would.
I thought you
maybe
were.
not $1 billion worth of people would go see it, but they would go see it.
I don't
It
want to
is-
finish this line because I don't want us to get canceled. But one of my favorite lines in Deadpool and Wolverine is when he goes, "I thought you were retired."
Yeah.
And just like the first words that come out of Wesley Snipes' mouth, I'm like, not what I expected you to say.
Nope.
So,
Lady Aaron, what are some new music that you two have been listening to over the last few months? Is there?
Post Malone, new country album.
But I heard. I mean, obviously, I've been listening to a lot of the "We Live in Time" score because that's really good. I got into a bit of a kick with Top Gun Maverick score again because I went to see it with a live orchestra, and Tom Cruise just fucking popped up on stage like magic. New Linkin Park songs are looking good, sounding good.
Yes, Emptiness
Really
Machine is very, very good, and so is the other ones.
Yeah.
I've been very
My personal favorite so far is Heavy as the Crown, but I put on the table money I don't have. I guarantee you we're going to be talking about the Emptiness Machine in 20 years. That's going to be one of those iconic Linkin Park songs.
I agree.
1,000%.
Music video is really good too.
Other than that, nothing really. How about you, Zach?
I mean, honestly, it's just been the Post Malone country album. I've been listening to that every day, like on repeat. So nothing new other than that.
All right. What's next?
Damian Scott also asked about Blade. We just talked about it. G. Colby, I saw a recent video on this, but do you agree with the stance about The Dark Knight being a better movie, but the Batman being a better Batman movie? Also, do you think the Penguin helps enhance the Batman?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I can. So on your first part, I prefer the Batman over the Dark Knight. I know that is just not everyone's cup of tea. I love the Dark Knight. I never saw it in theaters. I saw it way afterwards. It was just one of those movies that I just, at my time in life, could not see it. I hoped. Oh wait, no, I have seen it in theaters now. I went to one of the re-showings. I forgot I did that last year, and it was awesome. It was awesome to experience. But I've never had this affinity for the Dark Knight films. I love them, but I've never had that craving towards them. Like if you asked me to rank the Nolan movies, it'd be like, well, I guess Lady Aaron did earlier, but you know, the Dark Knight is not in my top 3 or 4. Like none of the Batman films are. They're in my 5, 6, and 7. And I love those movies. They don't. But I do agree that the Batman is a better Batman movie. It represents Gotham City amazingly and has Gotham City represented in such a fantastic way. But the Dark Knight, it's like Batman to the most realistic degree, I guess. And I think if I were to give any complaints to the Nolan films, his Gotham City sucks. The first Batman Begins, Gotham City's actually pretty good. But the rest of Gotham's not, it's not really Gotham. It just feels like New York.
Chicago.
Like genuinely. So, or Chicago too. As for your second part, I think the Penguin helps enhance the Batman? Yes and no. Yes, because I've seen the whole series.
And I've only seen the first episode. Reminder, just so Zach is careful about what he says.
Well, I also don't want to spoil. There's nothing I can spoil because I can say this because Matt Reeves has said this.
I'm
going
I know
to
what you're
say
gonna say.
Batman is not in the show. Did I not believe him? I did not believe him. Then I watched the whole show and he's not in the fucking show. He was not lying.
What?
And I never want people, and I said that in my review. I was like, he is not in this show at all. There are things to that make me go, huh, Batman should be here. Like during certain things that happen later on. And I think something just happened, I think in episode 5, where I was like, he probably should have showed up. But I don't know what he's doing. I don't know where he's at. I don't know where the Batman Part 2 is taking place. So again, I can't take that away. I think the Penguin overall helps enhance Gotham and the underbelly of it. But I don't think it helps enhance the character of Batman or Bruce Wayne anymore until I see the Batman Part 2 and see how they take everything they crafted in here. Because for people who don't know, the Penguin was originally written as the first hour of the Batman Part 2. But then as they started making it, they're like, oh, we could do this as a show instead, and they pitched it to HBO. So take that as what you will. The Penguin is fucking incredible. It is the best show of 2024. So there you go, Ren.
As for me, I'm always careful getting into this. Is this a better movie? But is this a better X movie? I don't know that The Batman is a better Batman movie, because I will tell you this much. Matt Reeves is the Batman, has the the best Gotham City out of any Batman live action iteration you have ever seen. Gotham City in the Batman is a character, a distinct character, living and breathing. And like Zach said, in Christopher Nolan, that's not the case, unfortunately. If anything, it's mostly the case in Batman Begins. It's a little bit the case in The Dark Knight Rises. But if anything, The Dark Knight is the weakest film in the trilogy at showing Gotham as Gotham. Do I think The Dark Knight is a better movie? Overall speaking, yeah. But it's like it's this much of a difference. It's you can argue either way, and I will see both sides.
Robert Pattinson could beat the fuck out of Christian Bale.
Oh, I'm sorry, he couldn't.
The Batman?
No.
Bullshit, man.
He is
no way.
He is more violent. He is willing to go further to beat someone down than the Christopher Nolan than the Christian Bale Batman. Christian Bale Batman is so fucking smart. He has all the Wayne equipment at his disposal. He is wearing a fucking military grade armor. I'm not putting down Robert Pattinson's Batman. I love him. He will get the shit kicked out of him by Christian Bale's Batman. But what I was about to say is the Batman a better Batman movie? Well, no, because you all know I love the Batman. You all know I love the distinct, specific exploration that it does to the Bruce Wayne character, how it portrays the Bruce Wayne character. But if you look at a classic Batman rendition, if you look at a classic Batman story, and just look at the Batman in isolation, if you're just judging it as an adaptation, how faithful it is, it sucks. It's a terrible adaptation of who Bruce Wayne is. So in that sense, I can't say it's a better Batman movie. And again, I love what it does, how it explores Bruce Wayne. And I'm sure we're going to see more Bruce Wayne, a different Bruce Wayne in the Batman Part 2. So it's always tricky with this discussion, but I will grant the Gotham City is better in the Batman than the Dark Knight. All right, what's next, Zach?
How are physical media sales doing in your area? Fucking awful. There you go. Damien Scott, have you seen the behind the scenes of Spider-Man Noir starring Nicolas Cage? I have, and that suit looks fucking amazing. I hope it is all black and white series, but I highly doubt it is. There's no way they're going to do it. But it would be cool if it was like Sin City style. Yeah, I hope. Lady Aaron. Okay, so we got a huge news a couple months ago within Marvel of Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom. What do you guys think of the casting choice? I did a whole video on this. Yeah, you should go check it out. And I did 2 podcast episodes on this too, on Into the Geekverse. Lady Aaron, so since you two really like Post Malone's new album, what's your favorite and least favorite track from the new album? I like them all. But my favorite is Fallen in Love. I think that's a great one. Least favorite, if I had to pick, would probably be the Dolly Parton one, which I also know Ren also feels the same on. G. Colby, Ren, what are some of your best and worst movies you've seen that you have not talked about? Wow. Only asking Ren.
That is a doozy. Best and worst films I've seen that I have not. I've actually been watching a shit ton of movies this past week since I got the Wi-Fi back. So let's just go through the diary in the past few months. Don't Move came out on Netflix yesterday. Really fucking good. It's a really good movie. And if you like the actress in that film, yes, you should. She is fantastic. Go watch Yellowstone. She's one of the main characters. I have a full review for Venom: The Last Dance. You know what I finally saw, Zach? I saw the TV Glow.
Oh, and?
It's boring as fuck. It gets interesting, and then it ends in the most uninteresting way possible.
So you agree with me?
Yes. Beautifully shot, though. If I was just judging the cinematography, full 5 stars. The cinematography is incredible. The Shadow Strays is really good. Does not compare even close to The Raid or The Night Comes for Us, only because it is a bit too overstuffed, where those 2 other movies, or 3 movies, I guess, they shine because of their simplicity. All the action elements, the violence is all here, but the story is just a little bit overstuffed. The Platform 2 was really good until it didn't make sense anymore. Cuckoo, if you saw this film and recommended it to someone, you should feel bad. The 4:30 movie.
Was that your Letterboxd review?
Yeah, it was. Was it? Was it? No, I should have put that. I put if overstuffed and unintentionally hilarious was.
You have to change it to that, dude. You have to.
I will.
Change it to that,
okay,
that's so fucking funny.
Okay, let me very quickly. Everyone, go like this review on Letterboxd. My review of Cuckoo. If you recommend it, if you saw this and recommended it to someone, you should feel bad.
While you're doing that,
bad. There it is.
While you're doing that, Mr. Crockett sucks. Caddo Lake is really underrated. Brothers.
Caddo Lake is really good. It is just dark but swampier. I will say that.
Let me go like your Cuckoo review.
Yeah, Caddo Lake is really good. The 4:30 movie is really good. Brothers is fucking terrible. I did not smile. I did not giggle. I did not chuckle once in this entire movie.
I can't believe the guy who made Palm Springs made this.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason why I watched it. And Glenn Close hasn't been in a good movie since Hillbilly Elegy, so do not vote for J.D. Vance. He does not deserve it.
Wait, you liked Hillbilly Elegy?
No. She hasn't been in a good movie since she did Hillbilly Elegy, which also sucked. So that's included in the sucky.
I think she just gave up after she didn't win.
Did you see? Did you see what's the movie that came out on Netflix?
No, I did not watch it. I know. Oh
my god.
I'm not watching it. That stupid horror one. No.
Oh my god.
No.
I saw Hellboy the Crooked Man. It's as if the CW did a Hellboy show. But you're dropped it's not the pilot episode, you're dropped in the middle of the show.
I like that though. I like that. I watch
you won't like it when you watch the film.
How do you know?
Salem's Lot.
How do you know I won't?
Okay, watch it. You can come at me after because I warned you.
I hope I like Cuckoo. I hope
everyone who sees is like Cuckoo, but still, you should feel bad if you do. I watched Salem's Lot.
I haven't watched it yet.
That's my review. Literally, my review is I watched this. There you go. Woman of the Hour is quite good. The jumping back and forth between time periods doesn't really land. It is the directorial debut of Anna Kendrick. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it. She is really good, clearly, at directing actors. I don't think the direction overall is that interesting.
Can I just say, can I just read some of your Letterboxd reviews?
You can.
These are more... Venom: The Last Dance. This entire trilogy is Tom Hardy's midlife crisis. Don't like it, but I have to respect it. Okay, I said the same fucking thing. I said the same fucking thing. Don't Move. I watched it for the plot, and the plot is Kelsey as Bill. Jokes aside, this is a banger. Apart from the dumbass old man and the idiot policeman. I need to.
Oh yeah, they're particularly stupid.
Dude, your reviews.
And you know why it's annoying, Zach? You know why it's in Don't Move, because it's like, this is actually going along nicely with the scene with the old man and the policeman. It's like, okay, this is going logical. Oh, we still have 1 hour of movie left. Let me guess. And then suddenly they turn stupid.
I'm liking all your stuff.
I am getting all the notifications.
Best Transformer movie since Transformers. Sometimes I don't like. Sometimes your stuff. I never look at people's reviews. Have you ever read the Garfield reviews, like from people? Like,
I did the Garfield reviews. Dude, I did.
Those are the funniest.
I think you told me about it.
Bro, my sister's review on Letterboxd for that was, why is no one talking about the cows having sex at the end?
That is very good.
It ends with us. Well, I sure hope it does. Do you know the sequel's title? Do you know what the sequel's title is?
It starts
with us.
It's exactly that's it. My review for that one is going to be, it starts with us. Well, I hope not.
All right. All right.
Where was I? Woman of the Hour. Not very interesting. The script is fantastic and the cinematography is gorgeous. Killer's Game. If you like action, watch it. If you don't like action, certainly don't. Bird is one from the London Film Festival. The most hilarious final shot I've seen all year. Hard Truths is one that really gets 2.5 stars because I have so little thoughts on it because there's so little to talk about. The performances are good, but apart from that, Megalopolis, I saw that, or as I like to call it, Megalopolis. It Ends With Us is not a good movie. Terrifier 3, I was so excited. It's fun. I love the carnage. It's a filler movie. It's literally a filler movie. Nothing gets resolved. It just exists, so they have an excuse to make a fourth. So Terrifier 2 still reigns supreme. I saw Strange Darling, which I heard wonderful things from Fantastic Fest last year. It's good. It did not live up to my expectations. The Substance is really fucking good. I love this movie. It is a bit too overlong. I will say that. It does overstay its welcome, but
dude,
what a finale.
What a climax. I took Tyler to see that movie.
What did he think?
He drove me home after, because that was my first time watching it too. He didn't talk to me the entire way home. The entire way home, he just sat in silence. Then sat. He was like, what the fuck did I just watch? He liked it though. He liked it.
Transformers 1, really fucking good. It's the best Transformers movie. Kneecap is an Irish comedy drama biopic that is quite fun. The Crow. Uglies. Jackdaw.
Why do you
Deliverance?
watch so
That's the
much
Glenn Close
garbage?
stupid movie.
Why do you watch so much garbage?
Because I need a list, Zach.
No.
Seriously, did you see my review for The Deliverance on Letterboxd?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Why do you watch so much garbage?
Because I like movies. You know what I did watch? And I was already without Wi-Fi, so we never ended up talking about it. Finally saw Kinds of Kindness.
Oh, and?
It's watchable. It's not good.
No. Yeah.
My review was convinced I just watched a bunch of aliens wearing the skin suits of some of the best actors in the world and Joel Alwyn. honestly, I get Yorgos would want to make a movie with them.
Can I talk spoilers?
I mean, I don't think anybody cares.
Okay, so the second story.
The second story
The
is
one with the cop.
oh yes, yeah.
Okay, what did you think about what? He's like, can we go up and watch
Oh
the
yes,
video? Dude, I had no idea what he was talking about. And then when they saw,
and then boom.
yeah, that was a jump scare in its own.
It's so strange, so strange.
It's so funny too because the next movie they're making is an alien film. So the fact that you say that is very. Do you not know about that?
Ranstradamus. No, I did not know that.
It's about, I think it's Jesse Plemons plays a guy who is convinced that the CEO of a company is an alien and wants to kidnap him. And Emma Stone is that CEO. She's bald right now. You see, she shaved her head.
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, she's been wearing a wig in public, but in one of the videos, someone accidentally knocked it back. And she had to move it, so her head is completely shaved off. Yeah.
Okay, I'm interested. Where are we? What's the last best movie? Rijigo EP, do you think Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman should host the Oscars this year? If not, who do you want to host? If they're announced, I'll be more than happy. My number one choice is still the Only Murders in the Building trio. And by the way, this season is the best season of the show.
Still haven't watched it.
None of it?
No. I'm gonna wait.
You watched the show?
Sorry. I've seen the show. I have not seen the new season.
Oh, the new. Okay. I mean, finale.
Is it over? Is it over?
Finale this week.
Okay.
So you can start catching up already.
Yeah. So I was about to say, now I will start watching.
This is the best season yet.
Okay. That's good to know. I was a little disappointed in 3. I think 3 is still good, but I think it was.
I really like 3. This one, this is the season where I called the killer at the earliest.
And this is the killer who killed the person in the last season, right? At the very end.
Yeah. So in the finale, Saz, the stunt double, and she dies. They're investigating that murder. Yes.
Okay. Do you think there will be have they announced another season already?
They have announced the 5th season,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
I'm so excited for this.
Oh, it's so good.
I want the Muppets to host the Oscars, though.
Hold up. Hear me out. I'm brainstorming. Muppet versions of the Only Murders in the Building trio.
1000% okay with this.
There we go. I saved Hollywood. We just saved Hollywood. All right, what's next?
Thoughts on how certain people use fan service as criticism, especially with some of the reactions towards Deadpool, Wolverine, and Alien Romulus?
I think that is lazy because you don't see anyone else who likes fan service going, this movie's good because it has fan service. So saying a movie sucks because it has fan service is just, to be fair, if you ever did say that, that's pretty stupid. So if you were to say a movie sucks because of fan service, it's also very, it's like, really that's all you can muster up. Yeah. So I don't think that's a good or valid criticism. If a movie is bad or has things to criticize, it should have substantial things to criticize over fan service. For the good,
I think a lot of films have fan service though, so it's like,
I mean, yeah.
Even things that aren't franchise stuff, because like let me I hate to like keep going back to like what I've seen recently, but like I don't know. Smile 2. Let's just use Smile 2.
Still haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, isn't that out there? Or you just haven't had time.
It is.
It's not worth it. It's a waste of time.
Nope. I really like the first one. This one stars Naomi Scott. I want to see it.
First one's better.
You're the first person to tell me that. But this one still stars Naomi Scott. So
she's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I prefer the first one. I'm very much in the minority. I was borderline bad score on 2. Little disappointed in it. But I think you'll like it. Naomi Scott is very, very good in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know where I was going with that. I lost my brain already. let's just move to the next question. Do you
All
want
right.
me? Is my next or
Yeah, go for it.
If you guys keep up, do you guys keep up with the Letterboxd 4 favorites from celebrities? Which one is your favorite so far? Stephen A. Smith's top 4 recently was great. Not off the top of my head, but
No, I will watch the videos of random celebrity that I like has shared their top 4. Cool. I will watch, but I don't keep them in my memory. So I can't tell you which one. I cannot tell you which one is my favorite. I cannot tell you which one I dislike the most. So
yep. There you
go. GKP. Would you guys ever be a guest on the Escape Pod podcast? It's that podcast that you've seen clips on TikTok where the guy said,
I know who they're talking about. I know who they're talking
was
about.
like, oh, also love to see you guys debate them on Men of Steel because they hate it. I mean,
let me before you answer.
I'm not being convinced about wanting to be on this podcast.
Let me say this. I know they get a lot of hate. I know people who have gone on their podcast and say they're great guys. They're great guys. They say extreme opinions, but guess what? So do me and Ren. So yeah, but him saying the Scorsese comment, that is his opinion. Totally his opinion.
Yeah.
That's his opinion. That's the truth. I think Ridley Scott's the most over fucking rated director ever made. I'm sure if someone clipped that out and posted it, someone would think
I shall do it.
There you go. But I will say that I have given them the benefit of the doubt and listened to their podcast. It is actually pretty good. They do a really good job. I think their clip outs get a little bit too much hate. And let me say this. Me and Ron would love to go on there. I would love
they extend the invitation, to be fair, I remember the clip, the DM watching Martin Scorsese movies, like going to the DMV. I remember that clip. I don't remember their faces. If I ever saw any other clip of theirs, I didn't associate that it was the same people. But if they ever want to extend the invitation, I'll happily go on a podcast.
Yeah.
Just like we'll happily get them on our podcast.
The guy who runs the main thing on TikTok, he does a lot of trivia stuff. Very entertaining. Very entertaining for me. So, I know they get a lot of shit. I know a lot of TikTokers get a lot of shit. But they are one of the ones to not shit on, in my opinion.
Okay.
Again, I don't know them personally. I don't know everything about them, but there are some it's okay to shit on, and there are others that say extreme opinions, but clearly they're more fans of franchise stuff, and that's okay. Movies are movies, so I just want to say that there's a lot of I've been trying to be nicer to some TikTokers and try to come around on that, and there are some that have proven to me that they're a little bit more than the initial one. Right, Ren? The initial one.
Initial one.
The one that stole your theory on WandaVision and blew up.
Yes. We hate him. Even though it was wrong.
But it's not the fact that it was wrong.
I know. It's the principle of it, obviously.
That fucking theory.
Yeah.
And then 2-3 weeks later, they run with it. Almost the exact same fucking thing using the exact same images. That's why I'm mad. And for people
if you're watching this right now, dude, fuck you. Lady Aaron, so now that Venom The Last Dance is out, how would you rank the 3 Venom movies from best to worst? I'm going to put out a short today ranking them, so I'm not going to say right now.
I'm going to be honest with you. I was supposed to rank them all, and I couldn't figure out my things, so I just didn't.
I don't blame you. We're talking about the Venom movies.
I sat at this thing right here, this setup, for a good 30 minutes on Friday, sitting there, and I filmed about half the video, and I was like, it sounds like I'm talking about the same fucking movie. Because I literally gave them all the same score, 3 out of 5, a C+, all of them. And a C+ is still considered. I'd probably go to a C if I'm being honest with you. Maybe even less than that, because it's in terms of
I don't remember what I gave the first one.
I think you gave it a 1. A 1.
No, I did letters. So
no. But on Letterboxd, I think if you've given it a 1.5.
Did I?
I thought.
I didn't think I went that low. Damn.
Let me go see. I thought
you're a mean man, Ren Geekness.
I'll go look. Maybe you didn't. A 1.5. Yes, you gave it a 1.5. I knew I was right. Yeah, I knew I was right.
Wow. I'm surprised. Oh man,
It's
my
weird
head
though.
was
I
very
think that's my favorite one.
I gave it a C minus.
I think the first one's my favorite one. So
I'm not gonna comment either way. Just to not spoil my short that's coming. Update, ladies and gentlemen, 24 votes in. Bale's Batman is winning this fight. As he should, because he would.
no,
All right. Thoughts, GGOP, thoughts on the Thunderbolts, Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim, and Mickey 17 trailers. Thunderbolts, great trailer. War of the Rohirrim, I skipped it. I haven't seen the trailer. I'm just gonna go watch the movie. It's an anime movie. I'm so fucking excited for it. Also, I was looking on my Letterboxd, telling you guys some opinions. I forgot to log the My Hero Academia movie that I just saw this past weekend.
that was fun.
That was fun. It's probably the weakest of the movies, but that was fun. Mickey 17 trailers. Stay with me. I'm going to say something that you're probably not going to agree with. I didn't think the Mickey 17 trailer was that good. That said, I'm still very excited for it because it's Bong Joon-ho and Robert Pattinson. I just didn't think the trailer itself...
Can I ask you, is that the tone of the film you thought it was going to be?
No.
Okay. So I know a good friend. I know someone who saw this 2 years ago.
Okay.
And when he called me immediately after the test screening, he said, that is not the tone I expected. So then he went and read the book. Book is the exact same tone.
Okay.
He said, so then week later he tells me, because he finishes the book, he goes, very good book. Movie is drastically different. But he said, it made me
not
like
in tone.
the movie.
Not different in tone. Yeah.
No, not different in tone. But he said, the more I've thought about the movie, the more I liked it.
No,
because
don't get me wrong.
Now I understand.
I think it's a good trailer. It's a fun trailer. I was just taken aback because it was so not what I expected. But I was already excited for it. It's just one of those cases of the trailer didn't make me any more excited for it, but I was already on a high level.
So, I haven't seen Lord of the Rings either. I'm on the same boat as you. I'm just gonna fucking go and see the movie. Thunderbolts, basically same trailer from Comic-Con, except a little bit more Bucky, which I liked. And Mickey 17. I love this trailer. I love this trailer. I expected the tone. There is a reason this is not being nominated for Oscars. Not because it's bad, but because it's not that type of movie. Bong Joon-ho went and made a wild and insane movie. Kind of like Okja. So,
which is also really good.
I've heard Mickey 17 is literally in the same vein of Okja. Same tone. Same tone. So.
Okay. GGOEP, thoughts on Aaron Pierre playing Jon Stewart Green Lantern and the whole controversy of him being too light-skinned. Thoughts on Aaron Pierre playing Green Lantern? Love it. He was of the two guys it came down to, it was him and Stefan James.
And I really like James. I
really like James. If James wants to be the new Blade, for instance, awesome.
It's a good pick.
But I was like, Aaron Pierre, because I had also just seen Rebel Ridge, and Rebel Ridge is really fucking good.
Rebel Ridge is great.
The controversy about him being too light-skinned, not to state the obvious, I just don't feel I'm a person who has any say in that. I don't have enough knowledge.
Yeah.
I don't have enough understanding of that side, of either side of the argument. So I'd just be a completely insensitive and ignorant asshole if I was to comment on it. Like, whatever opinions you want to hear on the controversy, whether it is a legit controversy, not really legit I'm not the guy for anyone to hear out on this. My opinion on this, not to say it doesn't matter, but there's about 300,000 people whose opinions matter more than mine on this specific topic. I don't know if you want to address it, Zach. I just don't feel comfortable addressing it myself. I'm not the guy. I'm
not addressing it. Same as you. It's not mine.
It's just, I'm a white guy. I have no say on this matter.
Talking just on Aaron Pierre, great actor. Loved him in Rebel Ridge. Was he also in Underground Railroad? Was that the other
He
thing
was
he's
an
also in?
underground writer.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he was fantastic in
He
that as
was also
well.
in that terrible movie last year, Foe, with
I
Paul
had no
Mescal
idea.
and Saoirse Ronan.
Oh, I skipped it. So, but him as Jon Stewart. So I'm not gonna lie, I would have been totally fine with either one of them winning and getting this because they're both fantastic actors. I think James is very underrated. I think Beale Street is just such a masterful movie, but Aaron Pierre is the badass here. And when I think of Jon Stewart, I think of badass. And I think Aaron Pierre's eyes, just something like just screams that. And I think him and Kyle Chandler
Oh
is
yeah,
going to
he
have
was the
such a great
rapper in
dynamic.
Old. I forgot that.
Oh yeah, I forgot mid-sized sedan.
Yeah,
But I'm
still funny,
very,
still fucking
I'm,
hilarious.
I'm very excited to see him and Kyle Chandler's dynamic.
Yeah.
I am not happy that Kyle Chandler will most likely, my guess, die in Lanterns. That is my guess. That no one has told me this. I think Hal Jordan's going to die in Lanterns.
No.
1,000. You want to bet? You want to bet money?
No,
No,
because
let's
I'm
not bet
afraid
money.
you're right.
I think he's totally going to die.
I don't want
He's
the
totally gonna
quintessential
die.
Green Lantern to die.
They're going to kill him off.
Oh, come on.
Do you
Come
want to know why?
on.
You want to know why? When they said all the announcements of who won or who got in, Aaron Pierre signs on to play Green Lantern for shows and movies. Kyle Chandler signs on to play Hal Jordan in season 1 of Lanterns.
God.
He's dying.
Damn it.
I think he died, which I hope I'm wrong. Personally, if Hal Jordan was to die, you kill him off in the first Justice League film. You make that be the big event that brings the new Justice League together or whatever. However, if they're already established, if they're not, that's how you bring them together. If you want that to work. I just find that disappointing because Hal Jordan is also an awesome Green Lantern. I love both of them. Jon Stewart is the one I grew up
Green
with.
Lantern.
But yeah, so.
All right, what's next?
I know you guys are the biggest Eternals defenders. Thoughts about a possible sequel being scrapped. Well, when I heard that news, I thought about killing myself.
I was doing this to being an Eternals fan, not to the sequel being scrapped.
No,
but
yeah, I thought about killing myself when I heard about that, but then I noticed life had a little bit more going on for it, so I decided not to. But still sad, still disappointing. I really hope that eventually we do see these characters again. It just won't be in their own sequel. It'll most likely be in a Nova film or Guardians of the Galaxy 4 because it's cosmic. So
yeah, I am very sad, obviously.
Not to see Harry Styles though. Don't need to see him.
Well, yeah, we can recast that. Austin Butler is available, even though he'd be a better Ghost Rider than an Arrow.
Yeah, yeah, he should be.
He should definitely be Ghost Rider. I'm sad. I really want an Eternal sequel. Find a way. These are such interesting characters. And now that Kevin Feige has the freedom again, you know what people said about the movie should have been a show? It shouldn't. You did a very good movie. But you know what? Make a sequel series. Do a reverse Serenity and Firefly thing. Start with a movie, and the movie flopped. And then do a show and watch the show be great. Bring in Chloe Zhao. Make prestige television for Disney Plus. Show HBO that like we can make prestige superhero movies too, superhero television too. So yeah, I'm not expecting that to happen. Don't get me wrong.
If we do get an actual sequel, just as a heads up to everyone, it will not be until 2027, 2028.
No, we're gonna be in the 2030s by then.
Yeah, well, he'll finish the storyline. I fully believe he will finish the storyline, some way, shape, and form. And I think we'll see some of these characters pop up more as side characters. But that'll be about it. Another one. I would not be surprised if the next Thor somehow brings in the Eternals because of the Celestials. So if the last Thor film,
I would love that
to kind of tie up that. I would prefer that actually instead of a Nova Guardians, to be honest with you.
Oh, no hate on Nova. Chill out.
No hate. I would rather just Nova be his own thing.
I agree.
Thor's been around for a while. You can connect the two, and I think that'd be cool.
I agree. Lady Aaron, are you guys excited to see the new documentary on John Williams coming out very soon? I'm interested. I have a screener for it. I could just watch it today. I'm not gonna do that though. But I'm interested because it's John Williams. Zach?
Sure.
Um,
There's 2 more. I got the next one pulled up.
All right, go for the next one. I got the last one.
Final thought of a decent question. This is from Eric Thorpe. I don't know why I used to have so much easier coming up with these. Have either of you guys watched Lost? I'm closing in on the end of season 4 and just started the series just over a month or so. So hooked, not sure why it took me so long to finally get into it.
I watched the first episode of Lost in a class. It was an English class in 6th grade. This was 2006. So randomly watched the episode, and even at 2006, so I was 13. I watched it and I was like, they're in purgatory.
I hope he's seen the fucking show.
No, but I've been told that's not actually true. But I remember at the time, I remember when the show ended, everyone was like, oh, what the fuck? And then I know a big Lost fan. I wouldn't have said it if it was an actual spoiler. I said, oh, I said this, and then, oh, I was right. And then he was like, you're not actually right. It's not purgatory. Don't worry, Eric. I'm not spoiling anything. But yeah. No, there was no correlation to the class. I guess it was just, it's one of the last few classes of the school year. We're going to go on summer holidays anyway, so they're not really worried about giving us class because we did all the tests. So we got
to be honest,
we done.
I took a film class where they showed the first episode and went over a lot of the details because it was such an expensive first episode. Yeah. I have seen Lost, not all of it though. I've seen the first 4 seasons and I watched the last season.
How many seasons does it have?
Let me see.
Isn't it 6? 6 or 7?
There's 6. So I watched the first 4, stopped watching 5, and so I guess I only watched. Yeah, I guess I just didn't watch 5, which is not something I would recommend because I had no idea what the fuck was going on. But I really loved Lost for a while. I just stopped watching because we just didn't have any way to watch it again. But then when the final season was coming out, I wanted to watch it so I paid for it and I watched the final season and I liked it. Okay. I like the show a lot. I need to go. I actually almost restarted it yesterday. Funny enough that he like posted this. Me and my wife almost watched it, but I got her into Dexter. So I'm hoping she'll like that show. She says it's boring, which some of it is, but I think she'll like it once it gets going.
All right. Final question from Tony Movie Chappie. Would you agree The Thing prequel is a better prequel than A Quiet Place Day One? Yes, but not for the reason you think. The Thing prequel is a better prequel than A Quiet Place Day One because A Quiet Place Day One is not a prequel. It's a spinoff. That's the only reason why the Thing prequel is a better prequel. And The Thing prequel is underrated. The studio fucked up a lot of it. It could have been an all-timer. It's not. I think A Quiet Place Day One is a better film overall, but I do like The Thing prequel.
What's The Thing prequel? Which one is
It's just called The Thing. Came out in 2011. Mary Elizabeth Winstead stars in it. Joel Edgerton,
I thought that was a remake.
No, everyone thought it was a remake, but it's actually a prequel, and it's quite good.
It's a prequel to the original, the one from John Carpenter, or the original?
No, the John Carpenter one. Forget the original. The Thing from Another World. That's
because I've never seen The Thing. I've never seen The Thing.
You never seen John Carpenter's The Thing?
No,
dude, you're gonna fucking love it.
I have it.
So good.
Yeah, I bought it. I need to watch it.
It's my 3rd favorite horror movie of all time.
Okay. So should I watch the prequel first?
No. Watch The Thing and then go into the prequel.
I never knew it was a prequel.
The prequel is so good. However, when they were shooting, the director, he wanted to do all these practical effects because that's the whole thing in the first one, right? And then the studio watching the daily was like, nah, CGI over it. And they CGI'd over it, and it hasn't aged well. But the movie's still quite good, so do watch it.
Okay,
so watch it afterwards. Yeah, but watch it afterwards. Watch in release order.
Okay.
So watch
Wow.
1982 and then watch 2011.
Oh, Joel Egerton too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the guy who plays Tormund in Game of Thrones is also in it. Tormund Giant Spain. All right.
Okay.
And that does it for the return show of This Week in Geek. And I have good news and bad news. I'm gonna start with the bad news. Next week, we're not having a show. We're not having a show because
Ren, that might work.
I know.
So.
It's good for you. Zach is busy next weekend. I unfortunately am working at the time of the show next weekend, but we're having a show in 2 weeks. We're not going on another hiatus, just a pause. Well, we already had these pauses before we had the hiatus, so don't worry. But yes, thank you so much for joining us back. Watch out for all the reviews I have to catch up on because there's so many fucking of them. And then a short ranking the Venom trilogy coming out later today. I might have Conclave today. I might have Conclave tomorrow. I'm really not sure what I'm going to have time for.
I beat reviewing Conclave, and Ren saw it before me.
Yes, I did. That was my second day of the festival. And it was the first day when I only had one movie. So yes, until next time, everyone. Oh, I miss telling you guys this. Love each other and love the movies. Bye-bye, everybody.